I was born into poverty, but raised with an abundance of love, high values, and ubuntu. My life journey has shaped and molded me to who I am becoming. You might have an idea of my history. Let me take you down my timeline. This is Timeline with LaConco.
Hi, pretty lady.
Hello, lady. We are back, everybody. We are back. We're back. Sani Bonani. How are you, Mge?
I'm good, girl. How are you?
I'm blessed, seamless, and egoless.
You are talk of the town these days.
At the top of the town. Wrong. Mina now bengithi nje ngixoxela wena. You know what I mean? Little did I know. Yay, did you see? I'm a reducer TikTok.
I did.
Yes, sis.
I did. But I expected that, you know. Part of the reason why I don't interject a lot or, talk too much is because I know your fans. They're going to want to cut a soundbite. They're going to want to do those things.
They want to oh my gosh. So we are back. Thank you so much for joining us yet again. Please don't forget to subscribe, like, and let's engage. This is Timeline with the Lassie.
You look so pretty and fresh, Mge, and high energy. How do you typically start your day?
2, if not 12 midnight, it's prayer time for me, and it's quite different at this particular point. I don't know, because it has been a thing for me for quite a long time, but this time around it's quite different because it's almost like a izimp man. I get so exhausted, but I don't stop. So it's the prayer. If I can't pray, it's praise and worship. I sleep with my son, so of course I will put on my AirPods Army. And from there, I wake up, I get ready to go drop him off. And I like off cold, not cold, water or shower. So that's what I use. Then after drop off, it's my gym time. I give myself that time and then just enjoy small anyana because it's literally a minute drop off in the gym. But that after dropping him off, because we're in Uchi when we're driving together, and then I give myself time just to praise and worship and Sugu. And then gym, then after gym, in between gym, of course, I take a lot of water. And then from there, it's either coffee or smoothie. That's going to take me right to lunch.
So gym has become a big part of your daily life as you're describing now.
Yes.
But that hasn't always been that way, right? You underwent a body transformation recently.
Yes.
Tell us about that journey and tell us why you did it.
It's almost, I did it on the 29th of October, 2022. So it's been a while. It's just that abantu baqhubeka every day and I don't get it because it's like, I need to go in months. This year I need to go under the knife again, and people are still basababaza look. But I mean, first and foremost, it has been like that actually before when I was a student. It was a thing, but I used to like classes. I used to like Zumba classes. I used to like a step class, the stepper. I did that, and then when I conceived, I stopped jogging when I was 7 months. I couldn't, but nje those exercises, small dumbbells, small weights, and ngizama in. And then I stopped, and then Saka came. Then when it was 4 months, funny enough, I didn't have cravings the junk when I was pregnant. Only thing I had was kudla kwesintu. I craved amanqine enkukhu, inyama yosiwe, inyama ngaphakathi, ujeqe, isitambu, isigoqane, isijingi. I craved such food. Yathi ngane 4 months, then I went on the sugar. My sugar, my cravings were serious. Cupcakes and the icings and the chips, the what. Then I gained weight from that because I was breastfeeding and nanani. And I couldn't imagine ukuthi umuntu anga workout kanjani. I mean, I just didn't think about it. And then from there, then when my son was about, I think 2, then I started, walking and then 2021, people remember on The Real Housewives, I did say to personal instructor wami then, which was Usane, I actually do want to do lipo because I've tested myself for such a long time. I see I'm trimming, but umkhaba is just not trimming. And then I just wanted to, when I'm wearing a dress, especially, let the dress sit well. Ingubo ayingakhothengeki noma ingubo ayingalengi noma ingafinqizeki. Ingubo ayihlale kahle emntwini. Ingubo ayihlangane nenyama ithi thanqa. That was my reason and that was my motive, because this belly I just couldn't. And then it was a long journey. I saw a lot of doctors. I saw a dietitian which diagnosed what is actually putting weight on me, what my body does not want. I started supplements to suppress appetite, and one of the supplements was Fat Attack. And then from there, I went to quite a few surgeons. That's why it's sort of a thing that rubs me off like Gambi when you're going to ask me, who did your lipo? Because the lipo is a journey. You can't just ask me just because and then you just rock up. It's a you feel spiritually, yes, this person's alive. Remember, it's a surgery. It's a journey. It's umuntu akavesane ulale on the bed. Akusebenza, then it's a journey. So so I took it personal kanjalo. It's like looking for your child at school. If you're a parent, you just know when you're stepping into the school or driving into the school that this school is for my child. So noktolu dokotela, a surgeon of lipo, because I saw 3 surgeons before the one that did my body, and I was very specific. And she actually did mention ukuthi yo izinqa ingaka. And when I look at myself, I'm like, what are you talking about? And she's like, the minute we remove this part, because now remember, it's iganje, it's just a block. Your hip, your ribs, your shoulder, yonke into go straight. So the minute we trim, your body's gonna be more exposed.
Coca-Cola bottle.
Coca-Cola, that's what they call me now. And I was what before? Kui? I was what? Yeah. It's too late and just pago. So the motive was for the dresses to sit well. People must not compare me. There's nothing that I've added as yet. I am on a weight loss journey because of my BMI. When you work out and when you build muscle, when you step on a scale, your weight goes up because you've built muscle. So I have to cut weight before my next surgeon, which is a tummy tuck. So people are seeing this right now. Snatched all well, and that's why I still wear my waist trainer. I've got a lot of skin excess. It needs to go away. Even the doctor that did my lipo, she did say, listen, after this, you're gonna need a tummy tuck. You'll decide when, because we removed a lot of fat. Let me just gift myself as a birthday gift, and let me just do my body. So even that, it was a long time to save up that much money. It's not a cheap exercise. So that's why ngiba nokuthi Nkosi yami isicefe, because manje umuntu useqala ama conversation angeke akwazi ukwagcina. Usuyangibuza ke usuhlangana nami esitolo usuyangibuza ukuthi hey bisisakho sanje hawuma mshoke yabithi kumalini. Don't start that conversation. Consult with your doctors. Ngoba manje usuqala isicefe usuyangikala usumanje angazi kufanele ngifeel bad ukuthi I spend so much money on myself. Like, just don't start that conversation. The minute you ask me how much it is, that's when I answer ukuthi it depends, politely. The polite to me, it depends. Consult with your doctor, because our bodies are not the same.
I was going to ask you, are you happy with the results and the decision that you made?
Oopsie. I'm very happy. I'm very content with the decision that I've taken, because it was not an overnight decision. It was a journey of a year, me taking supplements, me working out, me trying to do this and that before, because I started to consult in 2021 and the procedure was only successful in October on the 29th. So you can imagine. But I'm not entirely satisfied because of the skin excess. Liposuction doesn't give you a big chunk of a scar. Even finding the surgeon, even now, I'm still not sure which surgeon is going to perform the tummy tuck, because I've got a problem with that scar. The 3 doctors that I'm currently chatting with, they have, all of them, advise that I can just do a tattoo. who, where, which body, where, how? I don't even have iconsana nje of ink on my body, and it's against my beliefs. I can't ink my body. I don't like it. I don't think the pain, I can bear it. I can't. But again, I do feel like it's yeah. So I think ilele lapha ekuthenini who gives the best scars, if there's something like that, at least the minimum, and the like a very nice one. So I'm still on a journey of finding that surgeon, and we'll see, while I'm still trying to cut the weight, because I know definitely my BMI is high. Yeah.
What kind of attention has this new body gotten you, at this transformation? Is it overwhelming attention, or is it welcome attention?
I am remembering when I had spoken to my therapist that was giving me lymphatic massages. So for those of you who have not done lipo, you go for a certain massage once or twice a week, depending how your body is. So there's massages that you can go for even for 4 months or 5 months. So I said to her, I am struggling with the attention, because it's my new body. So of course the wardrobe is going to change, and of course I'm going to wear things that are more hugging. And she says, you are not the first one. We have a patient that actually had to go to a psychologist and get counseling because she just had a mental breakdown. She couldn't, because people were asking her this, the stares, the what. I can imagine with you. And I'm like, okay, I'm happy I'm not the only one. I'm sort of at ease, because I was wondering, when people are staring me, like, what is it? Are you staring at, like, what is it? Are you staring at what am I wearing? So it's been very overwhelming as a result that I had to imagine, I have taken a decision with my own body, but I'm at a point where if I don't have the energy and the stamina for the eyes, I just wear, biggie things that are open, things that are not hugging. The day I feel like I want to show ifika, like saying ngiyaswenka ngifika manje, because mang decide it's okay, this dress is open, maybe let me tie it with the bandela size 36, then I know I'm ready, because it brings conversations that are annoying and unnecessary. How long, the most common questions I get, how long does it take to heal? How much is it? Who's the doctor? And what's the other one? Yeah, who's the doctor? How much? And how long is the healing? Which is something that you can discuss with your doctor. Even a doctor cannot give an accurate or the same quotation with different patients, because so yeah, I have to decide, okay, I'm in the mood. I know, don't worry, it depends. Go chat to your doctor. How much is it? Humble quotation. I'm a surgeon, nothing less than 2K to consult. So pay that 2K yako. My doctor then was better when I did it, because she even did like online consultation, which was then 700 rand. But in just surgeons, they are surgeons, so people must just do their research.
Personally, I think body transformation is not just about the outer appearance, the physical body.
No.
Personally, I think it's about a mind,
body and soul.
Body and soul. There's an aspect of mind and soul to it, Did you ever have a moment after the surgery where you thought, you know what, this is not just about my body, this is a deeper transformation?
I've grown up thick. I don't remember myself slim. At some point, I was sort of like a size 36-ish. But I don't remember like desiring. There's certain clothes, especially shorts, that I wish if my thighs were not this big, I would wear a short. But especially in the Black society, appearance and physique is a big thing. It's a big issue. And I want to go there. I've never been in a state where I am not confident enough. My confidence was able to take me wherever it had to take me. If I have to wear a dress now, so the design is obaganjan. The difference now than then. I used to be very choosy with what I wear. Ngifuna into engihagayo, ngifuna either peplum designs or I want biggie things and nan. And I have seen quite a few comments talking about me on social media. Hey, now Lassie is dressing her age and nan. And they don't know ukuthi ngisuka nomzimba wami. After my sign, I literally went and I was limited ukuthi ngizogqokani. And so another thing, I've never actually liked pants. But I've tried pants now with the new body and I see how nice it sits and like I would wear, but it's not my thing. It's not like I collect a lot of pants. Manje sengizo, hamba nebhulukwe, and I just don't like indlela nje ibhulukwe elikala ngayi parliament. Do you get, like, even nasejimini, always my tights I have to, pull down because it's like I don't know, isibaya nje samnumzane needs to be, isibaya sanumzana, talking about the actual sibaya. Isibaya sasemakhaya mangabe kufuyo kuyaziwa nje ukuthi isibaya samnumzana siyahlonishwa. So even the parliament is something like isibayeni, kuyafihlwa. But that's me. That's my belief. That's one of my value. I don't like sharing. Abanye bathi hayibo, why is the dress long or nan, or why is she dressing like this? I think even those comments, they do come to my mind. So, but I didn't do this for that. Why am I being compared? I've never been a baddie. I've never been a slay queen. I've never been a it girl, or whatever names that are out there in the streets. Do you get me? So why now am I compared with those people? Because those people, it's a community where you do your lipo, where you do BBL, where you do your teeth, where you do any cosmetic surgery. It's for a certain feel and certain reason, certain fulfillment. You want to attract whatever. I don't want to, you can see how I dress. I'm not about showing. I do believe that you can be sexy and elegant and modern, not too revealing. And so it does come with that. But I do want to share with you that internally, it has added the confidence that, okay, I can walk in a shop and then I would choose what do I want to wear, not the other way around, where you go in a shop, then you are limited in a certain section. You can't go. So now it's just a matter of choice.
Yeah. You're stronger now, Mge, because you've had to do the work,
Yes.
But there are younger women who will be watching this, or who watch you, who look up to you, who have seen you go through that transformation, who may go, who may have to, maybe even, or want to. But I find society judges women who go through surgery, and I feel it puts pressure on on people, especially younger women. Some of them, it could be any kind of transformation. You find people now bleaching because colorism is a thing, right? You get called mnyaman or yellow bone or whatever the thing is, right? Do you think that women will ever get to a point where you can just be? Right or wrong?
It's still a long way. It's still a long way, because the women who judge and call you names, and women are and it's mostly women on social media, they're very quick to say I've done a BBL. But I find it when I look at the comments, she probably wishes to do a BBL. And now any surgery, just because I've shared, there are a lot of celebrities or a lot of well-known figures who've undergone the knife, but they do not share for exactly that reason. Ukuthi kuzoba ne-stigma ke manje ukuthi kanjani, because ukhona omunye engisangamtshela ukuthi, I want to, so I have done a gum laser on this side. I've closed the gap. And then on this side, I still need to do gum laser, and I still need to do my bridge. It's still cosmetic and closed at the back. And this person said, but ikhona into natural Gwen. What do you mean? I've only done lipo, 360. I've done lower stomach, lower back, upper back, and arms. What do you mean, is there anything natural? I don't like veneers, right? Because our face structure is built for certain teeth. So when you change it, I personally don't like it. It's a trend. A lot of people are doing it. But look how they look. There's just something because it's not natural. Anything that is artificial has that effect, right? Me wanting to do the laser, doing my teeth there and there, it's fixing what was broken because of journey I'm empilweni, right? I'm a wide smiler. I love laughing. I love smiling. I know my smile is like a reflection of my heart. So I want to do such things. So in society, we still have a long way to go, because there's other parts of social media who say being fair, ukuba mpofu, ukuba yellow bone is a thing. There are men who speak ukuthi mawungayona nje yellow bone mina sorry awuyona ntomba yami. Kunabantu abathi ama yellow bone and ama yellow bone are associated with a certain stigma ukuthi mawu yellow bone should be slay queen or uyivila, or like there are certain names, and then mawuyintombi yakweni indoni ensundu, then it's like wena nje kunento eshodayo nanana. So I would usually say to women, just be content in your skin. And I don't have to say this. There's a lot of people who have came to me and say, Lassie, you are one comfortable woman in who you are, and you embrace who you are. Anghambe ngishumayela, I live it. I breathe it. Like, that's just me. So there's a lot of work that you need to do. First, you need to accept ukuthi you've never chosen your genes. Ama genes akho akhethwa uNkulunkulu. And then number 2, what do you do with this? You accept yourself, you love yourself, nan. And also, I think society, especially KZN, is promoting or condoning, not promoting, condoning ukuthi when you are big, like ustufuza, you are obese, you are overweight. And when I see someone like that, ngishawo because I automatically think, what do you consume on your mouth? Because when you, like you see, a body is a journey. I even know about those things. So it's okay. Sometimes you take something and you think it's healthy because so, or these diets online thing, they tell you that. But your body, have you done a test on your body? What does your body not like? If you are working out, what gym makes you gain muscle? What gym makes you lose weight? Have you done that? Have you done a water analysis on your body? How much? Because the minute you take the food that your body does not want, your body accumulates water to try and flush. Yes. Do you get me? Correct. How much have you done that? So it's not a thing that we gotta push. Abantu bakithi bayafa kuyisifo kuyi-disorder. We need to. I'm not sitting here as an expert your health. Nam myself, I've got my loopholes I need to sort out myself, but at least I know there's 5 foods that my body does not like. It's shellfish, it's red meat, it's butter, cream, and salt. Any form of salt my body does not like. The doctor even did an example. What if you've got a braai, dates, or ekaya, a plate full of pap and salads wouldn't affect you, but this portion of red meat will affect you. You know, and we do need to do things like colon cleanse, our vitamins, the steamings, taking this and that. And also our body take 3 days to squash the dirt or the toxicness out of our bodies. Now, can you imagine if umzimba wakho awufuna uphuthu and nenyama ebovu? You know, when you look at someone unesisa singaga, there's a wrong food that they eating that engazwani nomzimba wabo.
And we don't know those things.
But it's because people don't want knowledge. If you see ukuthi umkhaba wakho uyakhula, that's why mina, after doing all these things, I was like, okay, best bet here is lipo. Then after lipo, I maintain. That's why people mistake and say, oh, Lassie, uvesane waya under the knife, when to BBL, even the wrong term, when to BBL, say abuya manje sitshela ngokujima. But I've never stopped. The only time, which is the first 8 months after my lipo, I'd stopped working out because I had to heal. And then after that, I've gone back to boxing. Then ngaqeda boxing, right? Then I did a full body workout. You have to maintain ukuthi that part ihleli njalo. Do you get me? I still do other treatments, your fat freeze, your jan, which is not helpful at this area of the stomach because a lot of fat was taken out. And ayikhule. It's not like it fat noma biyakhula, but it's kancane then ngiyayishisa ngokujima. It's kancane sengiya, yabo. So it's just the skin that I have to deal with. So abantu bakithi must just get that information for themselves, for their health. Abantu bayafa, cholesterol, yes. Abantu they suffer from that. Abantu they suffer from blood pressure. There's so many things. We are about but it's it's the food. It's the food. Very dangerous.
So it sounds like you're saying transformation is okay. Body transformation is okay as long as you do it the healthy way. Inform yourself, get to know your body.
Yes.
And get information and find out what works for you, right?
Yes.
So but there's a fine line, right, between self-improvement and self-hate.
Yes.
How do you define the two? How do you know for you where the healthy line is?
The thing is, I've never self-hate, so I don't know how that feels. I've never lived in my body and I feel like the only time when, okay, this is a big factor of motivating me to get a lipo. But load shedding my figile. And I'm taking that shower and ngikhanyise nge-backup light noma nge-phone we-o. So mangimile eshaweni kufike kube hip yengcenge kube intabithi kube hip yesiso kube hip yethanga ngathi no. Yay, I'm getting this lipo. At least mangimile ingcenge ayime ngendlela naye ingcenge ngiyafuna ukuthi udokotela athi kuyinyusa. Ingcenge fanele ime phela ungatholi ingcenge nje uthatha iwela kule parts. This is supposed to be waste, not isikhwama samabele. So ibele fanele ithukuthi. You know what I'm saying? So ngathi ongenani mangimile ithunzi lami kune load shedding. Ithunzi intaba ibe nentaba. Intaba yehip ibe ezinqa kube nentaba. Do you get? Like, because I even consulted about my thighs and the doc said we can't do much. It's only muscle. We can only do lipo on the inner thigh. I had thought angakwazi uzobhoboza la at amuncu umhlwehlwe, but no. And now when you hold my thighs, it's firm. It's muscle. You know, she can't work with muscle. Yeno attack umhlwehlwe, you know. So that's the only part. But futhi ilo shedding mayingekho ngigqokile minding my business ngiyakhohlwa ukuthi ngineyintaba mina. 1 haca, 2 haca, 3 haca. Yabo? Ngikhohlwa ukuthi intaba zami ozingaki. And then I'm fine. So I've never been in a case where I'm hating. No, just a reminder now and then when I'm looking at the mirror. So, and I love spending time on the mirror. I love spending time applying butter, oils on my body, you know, the milk bathtubs, the salts, the whites, the exfoliation. I just love those treatments on my body. So, angidile nogodo. So, I've never, but I know there are individuals who find themselves, they are carrying these bodies, but they hate. But I think the first question that you need to ask yourself and blame yourself, what is it that you're eating? See a dietitian. See a dietitian, and there's no shortcut to umzimba. It's a construction site. You can never be fully. Every woman in my insecurities I've done lipo. People bangoma, but I'm thinking this skin. I still need to get rid of the skin. And abantu bangoma, and I'm thinking this thigh azama kula matanga. And people are like, no, but I'm like, oh, cheapers. Okay, you know, so we all have that one thing. So people who are commenting bad, I think it's the people who afford and you that's not affording. So abanye abantu babhetha ukuthi they are sitting, they are morals with their own bodies, and then seeing all these people on social media affording. Whether ukhokheliwe, bless lakhe, noma usibekelile imali yakhe, noma uwenzeni, but those people who afford. And look, baby girl, it's your body. You live once. You only have one body. If to change anything on your body, do it. And besuba content, besuba happy. You know, do it for yourself. Don't do it you need to sit down and have a meeting with yourself, because njengoba sishilo earlier on, it is a connection of body, soul, and mind. So if oyedwa etekateka nanani, because I honestly think that, and people have said in my circle, konje lento iyajovana, konje this thing moko yayiqala nje ufuna every day. Go under one. Those people who are commenting like that, go under one cosmetic surgery, then you see. Because for an example, when I walked in that doctor's room, she had said to me, when you're doing a lower lipo, which is your lower stomach and your lower back, you have to come back for your upper back and your arms, because now uzobukeka upopayi ingalo uzoba nkulu, back izoba nkulu, bese I'm forgetting khona lo popayi uJohnny Bravo ume kanje ngayibona sengiyenzile lipo ngayibona mangimile ngibe uJohnny Bravo ngathi no. And so can you see I went in mina ngangitshela ukuthi mangiyogenca nje lesisu sekuphelile. No, kuveza ezinye inkinga. You know, I had to go back for my upper back. I had to go back for ingalo because ingalo now it's too big. When I'm looking at myself, nami mhlawumbe I need to do lipo here because now this part. Do you get me? Okay, I need to. Yeah, but okay, thighs. No. So it's a journey. It has nothing to do nokuthi kuba well for me. I'm talking for myself. Ukuthi senge addicted. No. I just need to be happy. Every work that I've put in, because it's an everyday work. Every work that I've done, it needs to be worth it at some point. I need to sit down and say, yes, girl.
So after your transformation, or maybe even now, did you then or do you still now feel like it changed more than the outer appearance? Do you feel like it changed, anything emotionally or mentally?
I was satisfied with those humps. Ukuthi humble ikhona kancane manje, but I know internally it's skin. It's not fat. But it has done nothing. It has shifted nothing. Confidence, yes, top tier. I know when I'm wearing a dress, I see it. So, no.
Is there anything that you loved about your body then that you wish you didn't change? You know what I mean? Like whether it changed, doctor, we changed it because of the Johnny Bravo thing, or I so that you wish I wish that one.
No, so not cosmetically, but I feel like after doing a lot of cardio, I know what to feel. I take a lot of measurements because every now and then I need clothes and clothes are made and blah, blah, blah. So I'm a tailor. When they measuring, my nyash and curves were sitting on 150 when I was still boxing. And my nyash and curves are sitting on 145. So kuno 5 centimeters that I miss. Because now I can't miss gym. I can't, do you get me? Like I have to, if I stop gymming, because gym, it stimulates your blood flow, mentally, variety, energy, so if I don't go to gym, I'm trying to regain here, what's going to happen to the stomach? What's going to happen to the arms? Okay. So it's, people need to understand mentally. So, yeah, when I was still boxing, because literally snonomeva, beshama nqindi, shama lunges, shama squats, so I was happy, cardio, yafika, yati, weights, in, and I do more cardio than weights, so that's the only thing. Not cosmetic, because cosmetic, yonke that was not needed was removed, but the gym took away about 5 centimeters of my nyash.
If you could go back in time, knowing what you know now, the questions that people ask you, the fact that sometimes you would have to wear baggy clothes, the attention that you get, everything that you know now, if you could go back in time knowing all of this, would you still do it?
Yes, I would. I would just not share. I think is to share, because I know people know Lassie on Real Housewife, how she looked like. I know people have been following Lassie. I know people have been following on social media. So it wasn't going to make sense. So I shared. I wanted my decision and me doing lipo was a personal thing. But when I look at the society and so many things are happening, especially in Ngomkaba, I was hoping it's going to motivate women. Ukuthi look, mfethu, ulasi akayilutho, uyayizamela nkosi yami, ingane nje yomzulu ekhame KZN, she's literally by herself, she's trying. I'm just trying with the little that I have. So now it's possible. You just need discipline. I remember there's a post on X, I put that discipline takes you to places, and hey bangena, go X umthetho khona amakhanda bayathatha kahle lapha ku X. Go X na go TikTok, no more TikTok. Bayathatha kahle ngempela, because I was posting mina mangithi discipline. It could be discipline on what I eat. It could be discipline on saving money. It's very hard to save money ube unganakho okuningi. So when I said discipline, I meant that. What do you mean discipline? Uzoza ngo gym when I went under the knife, knife. Baba ubona ummess. Baba ubona ummess ungenca njoba kule kuthiwa going under the knife. Titorito wawangenca apha wawubona apha ummess ungenca. Because it's literally a surgeon, like it's a procedure. Kunama surgical tools. A surgeon is a umuntu mayizogenca. It's a knife. Rubbish.
Do you think, and I don't know if they still do this, but to the best of my knowledge, before you go under the surgical procedure,
yes,
not under the knife.
Yes, thank you.
Before you go, before you do the surgery, you have to do some sort of psychological evaluation. Do you think that's important?
Yeah, mild, because it's a cosmetic surgery, not being removed ibele or mlenze or so mild. I think there needs to be some sort of mental, when they, that mild thing when you're doing your HIV test thing, remember, I think there needs to be some sort of emphasis, especially at recovery. Recovery, the doctors, especially qualified either clinical bani or all these people abadila nengqondo. Ngithi kunama psychologists, kunama psychiatrists, kunama clinical bani, kunama counselors. So you do need some sort of counseling ukuthi now your life is going to change. Kanje wardrobe. So you're going to be spending a lot of money. And then number 2, there's going to be stairs. Then there's going to be conversations around your body change. Just be ready. This is how you deal with it.
Yes.
I think so.
Because also largely it's people have the expectation that just because my body has changed,
my problems are over.
Correct. We don't do it. We don't all go under the knife.
The surgical procedure.
Yes, we don't make that decision for the right reasons all the time. Sometimes people do it thinking, if I can just change my body, I'll be so much happier. If I can just change this would be better. You know what I mean? So I think that psychological evaluation, whether it's a clinical psychologist or whoever it is that does it, it's to prepare people that you still have to do the inner work. Yeah. That doesn't go away. Do you think people know that?
They don't know, because when I tell them about maintaining with exercising, gym, working out, serious. Mina bengitshela ukuthi nje after ilipo nje umkhaba usuphelile. What do you think? Your body is natural, usaphila. Your body is going to formulate food. So your body is going to do this and that. So how do you think you're going to keep your stomach flat? There's people that I've come across, especially after sharing. Umuntu sengikhombisa isithombe ukuthi buko say I did many lipo 2 years ago, buko ukuthi nganginjani. Mangithi ngiyambheka, different person, because wenza ilipo wahlala phansi wayitshela ukuthi it's going to be forever. There is absolutely no way. And the doctors, they do tell the truth. Ukuthi after this you're going to have to, that's why you find people doing ilipo 3-4 times to keep that stomach flat, because there's absolutely no way. There's just no way ukuthi ungayenza once and then bese kuphela kanjalo. So your problems are not over kunalokho zizoqala phansi, because one, you can't buy a dress or a skirt or jean or pants, whatever it is, when your waist, because my waist is 36. So people need to understand that once you transform your body, especially umkhaba, a lot of retail clothes, they are designed ukuthi accommodate. That's why a friend of mine wangihlenga ngathi lo jean I just understand lesikhali singaka wathi ngoba phela wena le umthwalo engabe uphethe ulo jean usawususa wena umthwalo, so ingakho kuba umfonco kuba umthwalo la, so you do a lot of alterations on your clothes. That's money. You change. Abanye bayayisaba kakhulu pain of the healing, and then umuntu aluzi weight kakhulu, so uyacabanga. So mina, I want to share this with you. Before the lipo, the bloods must be run ukuthi BMI yakhe right, umzimba wakho right, umzimba wakho can manage, because umzimba uba traumatized on what happens to you. You need to take your iron supplements because you lose a lot of blood ngalela lang. You need to take your vitamin C, your zinc, your collagen for your recovery to be much better. You need to, some sort of umzimba wakho be active somewhere, somehow, whether you jog, whether you njani, because you're going to sit pants for a long time. Now, can you imagine you are unfit, you've never exercised, and then you decide to do your genga, what's going to happen to you? Your diet, you need to know what puts on weight when, because you can be at recovery, and then at recovery, udla zonke lezinto ezizokubuyisela vele ka. And then after that, keep those lymphatic massages appointments. If abanye, they have to do Omawatwa treatments beyond the massages. And then more than anything, once you heal, jima girl. Jima uzama uzincenga ubone ukuthi udla kanjani, because it's a waste of money and it's not small money. Unless ke kukhona ke nje imana eqatha ke ezulwini yathi nje sikhululeka sithandwa, I'll pay for you then ke.
How do you maintain your good relationship with food? Do you still have guilty pleasures?
Yes, I do. Cake. Oof, it's my weakest. And kukhona nje engilithanda, which is chocolate and caramel. I love cake. At some point I stopped, and I'm lactose intolerant. So, once I have cake, saying the double issue, it's the sugar and the milk that's used there. It's all the coloring and all nan. So when I eat cake today, as much as ingaqala kung-affect after 3 days, but I know for sure I'm gonna steam kusasa, I'm gonna detox, I'm gonna work out to try and nje. So I still have that. So I don't diet. People must not take me wrong, but I know the 5 factors angilimazayo, so I will indulge na footnote kakhulu, but I know exactly akufanele mangabe ngidle ikheke namhlanje noma inyama ebovu, a piece of braai, or I've grilled at home and because my son loves ivorsi, so ngiyazi ukuthi kusasa na kanjani I must detox. And people must not forget, colon cleanse is very important, because what colon cleanse, I do it twice a year. What it does, when you eat all these foods, even our umoya wethu awuhlanzekile, so inhale. So when you eat this food, your body it needs help to flush out the toxic things that you intake. And some people say, I don't take sugar, but they eat sweets, they eat fruits, I know sugar, they eat They mean they just don't take processed sugar. And through this journey of colon cleanse, I didn't know there are other greens, abulala other greens, to not give benefits. Greens. So you might eat all greens, find out with the dietitians what are greens that are beneficial for the body. So this colon cleanse, abanye batukata, right? But it's actually not the same, because ukata, your colon is the size of your body umile. That's your stomach, your colon. Ikoqekile here. Now, can you imagine? Muzokata, you're only cleaning this part of your stomach. So, colon cleanse, the purified water running, it actually removes even in the pocket, because itumbu lakho does keep. That's why umuntu akakwazi ukuhlala ngaphandle kwe-coke. Dangerous. That's why the only thing I eat uphuthu. It's because the toxic food in our colon, iba my boot. Toxic food, it's like magnets. It calls the toxic oh, I always crave this, or no. So colon resets. So for an example, I take my coffee with 1 sugar or 2 spoons of honey. But the minute I do the colon, I can't take it. It's about too sweet. That's when I know my colon is definitely clear. What my body wants, I automatically ngiyakhalela. Then I cook all those dishes. Then it's reset. So people mustn't take these things as a joke. And another thing that is very good when it comes to detoxing, CMOS. People are struggling with constipation. People are struggling, runny stomach, abanye. My sister, it's like a chronic, like she just doesn't go to the loo. What happens? Sisu sakhe will grow. Toxins are cooler. What happens to our organs? Because our organs, they cry. I know what's in lungs. They love spinach. They love kale. They love this. Our hearts, nazo. Yabo. So even with the water, if you can take, that's why I say at least 3 liters. And I try. Vanessa is grabbing a bottle of water. Good girl. As you speak. So the water goes to different departments. That's why even if I can drink 3 liters of water a day, I don't urine 3 liters because our bodies have got different departments where the water is needed. So can you imagine what's going to happen to you?
Here's somebody's reality that is sitting watching you talk and hearing you talk, is that we're not all of the same income bracket, right?
I agree.
There are people who come from disadvantaged backgrounds
I agree.
who maybe are not able to go and get a colonic, right? Or get kale, for instance. Broccoli even, for most people who maybe live in the township. If you don't know, for you and everybody who's listening who don't know, there's something called food swamps and food deserts, right?
Okay.
Which is the idea that the food swamps are like in the townships now. We have all those grocery stores that they have, growing up, we used to call it down in town, right? They've now put them in the townships. However, you and I live in a suburb where we could get all kinds of herbs that we want, all kinds of vegetables that we want, all kinds of even canned food that we want. But if you go into a Spar or Checkers, yes, a township, you only get baked beans, itanga, you know what I'm saying? So the variety is not the same. That's what food swamps are. And there's also food deserts. Sorry, that's a food desert. And then there's food swamps where they've now put KFC, Pizza Hut, and all of those things in the township so that we don't gravitate towards the healthy food.
Ones,
we go straight there,
and it's quicker and it's convenient.
It's quick, it's convenient, but it also makes us sick. And when you're sick, what do? You go to the clinic. When you go to the clinic, what do? They give you medication. And who does that empower? The pharmaceuticals, right? So it's systematic. It's planned that way. So
what do you do?
What do you do?
Avoid these fast foods. I'm very sad because my son really likes KFC. He likes Burger King. He likes pizza. He likes all those things. But and I cheat. When he sees vegetables, he doesn't want. So I have to blend and go be soup. He likes soup because of that bread, dry or toasted bread. Tanda. Then that's how I try uthi anakuza. There's always a way, yazivi, and uthi ndiphuzele balekile ukuthi some people they actually don't afford those things. But that's why things like Simos, they're the best. That's why things like water, and yet water is another issue because you don't know how purified is the water. You can consume so much, like 3 liters a day. The next thing, your lungs, your heart, your brain, your body is dysfunctioning because of lama toxins that you are actually. So it's you try and avoid that. Cook, try ukuthi efrijini you do. This is a dietitian work, but again, I'm speaking out of how I live my life. I don't like warming up food. A big thing that is not good warming up is rice. It's not good. So serve food nje hot. And then avoid these things. Like try. I know ukuthi a lot of us, we are so used to a certain thing. Yazi ukuthi ubamba ibrepek, ubamba mathini, ubamba info, makuphela inyanga, ubamba nje anyanisa uqobo uthini. But once you get that, yabo nje bangithi Simos, some places like 100 rand, like a big pack. Clean that, eat that on an empty stomach. Fresh lemon on like lukewarm water. That's another form of detoxing. Steaming, ukuqhuma. Mina ngiyathanda mangisekhaya yabo nje umogquma ngo3 leg lo mnyama bilisa amanzi lapho faka eucalyptus oil, the what oils, steam umboza uthi. You get me? Of course, but that even steaming is another part of exfoliating. You need to exfoliate. You go there, you take your egg yolk. This is another nice exfoliation I like. Only the egg yolk. Hlukanisa the white and the yellow. Then the yellow you mix with the sea sand. You exfoliate your entire body. You rinse with, when you go to a supermarket, try and get fresh milk. you mix it namanzi olwandle, you exfoliate. That's another thing. Yona it's even spiritual because abanye they use it ukuthi mangabe umuntu ezizwa ukuthi unobukhupho ebusweni uyalunywa and nani chitho, you know, you exfoliate. So but knowledge ngiye ngithi nyakaza mfazi ufanele ube umfazi onyakazayo ungabe umfazi olele ngoba uyayazi the minute you talk about it ngase ngafa la si umkhaba nani it's not ijoko lami, it's not ujosaka wami lo uthwele ngaphambili, no, it's your josaka. You make a plan ukuthi ususanda njosaka.
I like this conversation, but I think we're out of time, yeah. But I really like this conversation because we went from body transformation to different modalities of healing, to giving people different options of how it is that you can keep yourself cleansed, well-fed, good nutrition, and you know. I have a question for you.
Vanessa always says questions.
I know, right? If you could go back to your younger self, what would you tell her?